I see you, dear one, and I know exactly what is happening in your life. I know your thoughts before you form them into words, and I understand the desires of your heart even better than you do. I want you to approach me with trust, confident that my love for you is far greater than you have ever imagined. You do not need to carry anxiety on your shoulders. Come, take my hand and allow me to guide you. I want you to embrace this truth. I have precious plans for you, and there is no reason to walk in fear. Let this moment be a reminder that I never leave you alone. My presence is with you when you feel strong, and my presence remains when you feel weak. Even in your most challenging hours, I stand beside you, ready to help you overcome every obstacle in your path. I call you to listen to me, to come early and sit quietly in my presence so that I may speak into your heart. When you start your day by seeking me, you will notice a transformation in the way you approach every responsibility. Your mind will be steadied, and your heart will find peace that transcends all understanding. My words carry power, and when you hold on to them, they infuse you with new confidence. Let your hope be anchored in the certainty that I keep my promises. If you follow my guidance, you will find fulfillment and security in everything you do. Walk forward without allowing the shadows of doubt to weigh you down. My voice is speaking directly to your spirit now, reminding you that you are cherished, you are known, and you are protected. Yet I caution you, be wise with your emotions. Do not let anger guide your decisions or shape your words. If you speak hastily in the heat of frustration, you risk creating wounds in your relationships and regrets in your own heart. I want you to develop patience, to pause when you feel the surge of irritation, and to remember who you are and whom you belong to. Nothing beneficial grows from words spoken in uncontrolled wrath. Even when you are provoked, remain calm. There is an adversary who wants to derail your progress, tempting you to speak or act in ways that bring harm or sow division. But I am your defender, and if you trust me, I will strengthen you, so that you do not stumble into destructive choices. Look to me in moments of confusion. When you face burdens that seem too heavy to carry, do not hesitate to draw near. Speak openly with me. Pour out your frustrations, tears, and uncertainties before me. In return, I will give you peace that stills your mind and comforts your heart. I will breathe clarity into your spirit, allowing you to see past the obstacles that once loomed large. The storms of life may rage, but they will not overwhelm you. My beloved child, you are secure in my hands. When doubts arise, recall my faithfulness. From the earliest moments of your existence, I have walked beside you. Nothing escapes my notice or my compassion. I see your struggle with past errors, and I do not hold them over you. The wounds of your past do not need to dictate your present or your future. In my mercy, I have washed away the shadows of guilt and shame. Do not allow the voices of those who do not truly know me to shape your sense of worth. Do not give your attention to people who only want to remind you of your failings. Their opinions have no authority over the destiny I have laid out for you. Let my voice be the one that resonates the loudest in your heart. My forgiveness is complete, and once I have set you free, you need not revisit the condemnation of your yesterdays. I invite you to trust me with your whole heart, leaning on my wisdom rather than your own. When you read my word each day, you open your spirit to deeper guidance and greater reassurance. As you meditate on these truths, your perspective shifts. The impossible begins to look possible. I delight in revealing my ways to those who earnestly seek me. Even in the smallest details, I am ready to lead you. Nothing is too trivial for my concern, just as nothing is too big for my power. I care about every dimension of your life. I long to lift you from discouragement, replacing heaviness with hope and doubt with expectancy. No one can disqualify you from my love. Some may judge you by your past or doubt the sincerity of your faith, but I know the depth of your devotion. There is nothing hidden from my gaze. When people attempt to open old wounds, Do not let your heart sink into despair. I want you to become resilient in the face of criticism, understanding that your worth is anchored in me, not in the shifting assessments of others. Stand firm in the knowledge that you have been redeemed, and no condemnation has any hold on you. Come and speak with me whenever you desire. Ask me for what you need, and I will listen. I promise to respond at the right time and in the best way. My ways often exceed your expectations, for I see everything from eternity's vantage point. You look at what is immediate, but I see far beyond. Allow me the privilege of surprising you with blessings that surpass the limits of your imagination. If you remain open to me, my spirit will stir your heart with supernatural strength. You will witness life-changing transformations, both in your inner being and in your outward circumstances. Please do not let impatience rob you of the full wonder of what I am preparing. Trust that my hand is at work behind the scenes, orchestrating details for your benefit. On days when sadness overwhelms you, let my voice be your comfort. If you feel weak, let me be your strength. Open your heart so I can pour in the sweetness of my peace. You do not have to pretend to be invulnerable. There is no need to maintain a flawless facade. I see what is underneath the surface, and I understand the battles you face. Let me calm the whirlwind of your anxious thoughts. Take a deep breath in my presence and exhale the tension that has been gripping you. Be still even for just a moment and recognize that I am with you in every breath. I can quiet the fiercest storms swirling around you. When the winds of the world roar with intimidation, I say to them, be still. When the voices of negativity try to break your spirit, I silence them and replace their echoes with the melodies of hope. Remember, my dear child, you are never alone in your fight against discouragement. Your faith is a powerful shield, and my presence is your fortress. The strength you long for is already within you, for I dwell in your heart. Even when you doubt your own capacity, trust that my power is sufficient to fill every gap in your weakness. You sometimes view yourself as frail, but what I want you to see is the beauty of dependence on me. In your moments of limitation, my power is revealed in the most magnificent way. When you rely on me, you tap into a limitless source. You become unshakable. You realize that your potential stretches far beyond what your eyes can see. With your faith and my omnipotence, there is no mountain that can stand in your way. Keep walking forward, step by step. Even if it seems like you are advancing slowly, know that consistent progress is valuable in my eyes. I promise you, there is a summit of joy prepared for you. I have set a path for you to ascend, one that will lead you to the fulfillment of your deepest dreams. Let your spirit take flight, rising above the distractions and discouragements that try to weigh you down. With me guiding you, you can reach heights you never thought possible. Do not let the memory of past failures convince you that you are undeserving of new opportunities. Those who dwell on your history do not see the transformation I have already begun in you. Choose to believe in the new future I have in store. I want you to embrace genuine freedom, free from the chains of anxiety and the echoes of regret. You will not go to bed crippled by fear, and you will not rise in the morning paralyzed by dread. Let faith take the lead each new day, bringing a spark of hope that no troubling news or mounting worry can extinguish. You have a radiant smile that reflects the light of my spirit in you, and I want that brightness to shine forth, undeterred by circumstances. Never forget your identity. You are my beloved child. By surrendering your entire being to me, you become a vessel of my spirit. You are unlike those who constantly dwell on negative possibilities or crumble at the slightest rumor. You stand on my promises, confident that my love is supernatural and unending. Your faith is not ordinary. It is extraordinary, rooted in my unwavering loyalty to you. Through your lips, I hear prayers that move mountains and words of blessing that echo my heart. Let that faith flourish. Let it soar, Spread joy to your household, testifying to the goodness you have received from me. I have prepared blessings for you that I will not give to anyone else. Your unique journey matters to me, and no one can replace the calling I have placed on your life. Even if others try to take credit for what I am doing in you, they cannot alter my plans. If they speak fear into your mind, rebuke their words with the truth of my promises. I remain your loving parent, guarding you through every dark night. When burdens weigh you down, speak aloud the assurance that you belong to me. Do not even entertain the thought of surrendering to defeat. You walk hand in hand with me, each of your footsteps guided by my kindness and truth. Let your gaze remain forward, never turning back to regret or condemnation. I remind you again, I am arranging all things in perfect timing. Your family is under my watchful care, and I see the highs and lows you experience together. Believe this, all that happens can be worked for your good if you keep trusting me. When conflicts arise, when financial worries trouble your soul, or when sickness tries to invade your peace, stand firm and know that I am in control. Trials can be transformed into lessons that strengthen your resolve and broaden your compassion. I'm continuously molding you into someone who stands firm under pressure, someone who loves and obeys me wholeheartedly. I see your tears. You have wondered if certain mistakes have sealed your fate. You fear that lost opportunities will never return. But I say to you, I have a plan that triumphs over every failure. I transform brokenness into restoration. I shape your disappointments into platforms of growth. Keep alive the flame of loyalty and humility in your heart, for I treasure a spirit that remains steadfast, even in adversity. When I look at you, I see more than your stumbles. I see a devotion that makes you bow in reverence, acknowledging that I am the one who redeems, forgives, and renews. Know that your errors do not diminish my purpose for you. Rather, through your errors you learn deeper dependence on me, and that dependence draws you ever closer to my heart. My child, stand up and declare your faith again. Your voice holds power. When you speak against sickness, scarcity, and turmoil, calling upon my name, remember that you do not stand alone. You have my authority on your side. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I cover you with blessings that will never be taken away. I have watched your perseverance. I see how you endure, waiting with patient hope for answers that seem slow in coming. Now is the time for you to rejoice, to immerse yourself in the river of my unending love. Expect to see doors opening. Anticipate the flow of my favor upon your home, your work, your relationships. For you have laid your burdens at my feet, and in doing so, you have positioned yourself to receive the fullness of my grace. Let go of the pain that has lingered too long in your heart. I am bringing solutions and relief to the deepest dilemmas that have weighed upon you. A new dawn is ready to break through your darkest night. You will see troubles scatter like shadows at daybreak. I have heard your prayers, and I will exceed even the boldest requests you have made. My generosity knows no limit, and my imagination is beyond what you can fathom. I will fill you with a sense of gratitude that will move you to smile in awe of my kindness. You have wondered if your waiting has been in vain. You have cried to me in private, sometimes feeling overwhelmed, unsure if you could endure any longer. Remember, your tears are not worthless. Every sorrowful night paves the way for fresh breakthroughs. I am turning your mourning into a season of laughter, and I am transforming your anxious nights into peaceful mornings. Look back and see how far you have come. You have grown in resilience. You have discovered faith you did not know you possessed. You have a greater understanding of my strength in your life. These lessons will guide you toward even more profound blessings. In these coming days, hold on to hope. Resist the temptation to worry about fleeting opinions or malicious gossip. You have a heritage of joy, that cannot be stolen by angry accusations or vindictive words. I shelter you in my embrace, and I speak courage into your mind. Stand tall, dear one, and walk in the boldness I provide. I do not want you to entertain the idea of failure. My light shines on your path, illuminating the darkness that tries to creep in. Let your dreams be large, because I am the God who enlarges your territory and multiplies good things in your life. Rejoice now, and never lose sight of how my faithfulness has carried you. My child, the negativity of others will never outshine my blessing upon you. From the earliest days of your childhood, I have nurtured you, sustained you, and trained you for the good works I have planned for you. When you were ridiculed or mocked, I stayed close to protect you. Every attempt by others to tear you down is nullified by the authority of my word, which proclaims you are beloved, purposed, and chosen. Let their shouting fade into background noise. Keep your focus on my voice, which whispers reassurance into your spirit. I encourage you to speak with courage, but also to listen with humility. In the spaces of silence, my spirit communicates truths you have yet to discover. Quiet yourself before me often. In that stillness, you will find renewed clarity. You will sense my nearness more profoundly. Do not clutter your mind with endless distractions. Come to me consistently, day after day, with a heart open to receive. I delight in your prayers, and I respond by flooding your life with peace and direction. I want you to find refuge in my love every time the storms of the world threaten you. You see people around you trembling at rumors and collapsing under fear, but you are set apart. I placed a powerful seed of faith within you, and if you keep watering that seed through prayer and devotion, it will blossom into remarkable spiritual strength. You will see how your words can calm anxious hearts, how your hands can comfort the broken, and how your presence can radiate my light. Never underestimate the impact of a single act of kindness done in my name. Each moment you show compassion, you mirror my heart to a world in need. You wonder how you can find the balance between your responsibilities and your desire to serve me. Surrender your schedule to me. Let me be Lord over your time as well as your heart. When you place me first, I will give you the wisdom to handle every demand with grace. When obstacles arise, whether in finances, relationships, or personal struggles, trust that I am weaving everything together to create a story of redemption in your life. You will see that even in adversity, you grow stronger and more anchored in my truth. Keep your mind focused on blessings instead of disappointments. I understand it can be tempting to dwell on what went wrong, but there is a rich harvest waiting for those who cultivate gratitude. Each day offers new reasons to give thanks. Open your eyes to the small joys I sprinkle throughout your path, friendships that nurture your soul, moments of laughter with loved ones, the beauty of a sunrise, or the comfort of a gentle breeze. These are gifts that remind you of my presence, subtle yet profound reminders that I am always near. Listen carefully when the world tries to impose its definitions of success. I want you to achieve excellence, but not at the cost of compromising your peace or integrity. Align your ambitions with my will. Seek me first, and watch everything else fall into place. A faithful, humble spirit impresses me more than a facade of accomplishment. Your identity is not in accolades, promotions, or material gains. Your worth is found in my love, which is steadfast and unchanging. Remember that I am the source of all good things, and when you place me at the center, your life becomes a testimony of grace and balance. Do not be afraid to step forward when I open doors. At times, you might doubt if you are capable or qualified. Please do not forget who stands behind you and who goes before you. I do not call you based on your qualifications alone. I equip you according to my purposes. If I bring you to a place of opportunity, I will surely provide the wisdom and strength for you to succeed. Your willingness to say yes to me is the key that unlocks greater blessings, not just for you, but for those I wish to touch through your obedience. At this very moment, there are breakthroughs unfolding in the spiritual realm on your behalf. Paths are being cleared, new relationships are being formed, and unique circumstances are coming together like threads in a magnificent design. What once looked like chaos will reveal itself as part of a divine plan meant to bring you hope. Even challenges you currently face can serve as catalysts for significant change if you remain patient and faithful. My power shines brightly in scenarios that seem impossible, proving that no barrier is too high for my people when they place their trust in me. Embrace the truth that my love for you is the most valuable treasure you could ever possess. Let it calm your restless heart and free you from worry. If you let me, I will guide you to fresh streams of comfort, where your soul can be refreshed each day. You will discover fresh perspectives in familiar surroundings. You will find joy in fulfilling tasks that once felt like burdens. This shift in your heart happens because you see life through my eyes, and my vision is one of hope, purpose, and unwavering grace. When you share my love with those around you, you help create an atmosphere of peace and healing in your home, your community, and beyond. Speak out in faith, declaring victory over every limitation you or others have placed on you. Sometimes you think you are too small, too unprepared, or too unworthy. Yet I, your God, see endless potential in you. When negative voices say, "You cannot succeed," let your spirit answer back, "I have the strength of the Almighty supporting me." Remember moments in your life where I have already proven my power. Let those testimonies of the past be the fuel that drives your hope for the future. Surrender your disappointments to me. Do not harbor resentment or bitterness when events do not unfold as you initially wished. Often, I am saving you from detours that lead nowhere good, or I am redirecting your journey toward a more significant blessing. I do not waste any experience, especially the painful ones, for they can become instruments that shape your character and compassion. With me, your scars become marks of resilience rather than defeat. They show that you overcame adversity with my help, and they prepare you to comfort others who need the same healing. Stand guard over your thoughts, for the mind can easily wander into valleys of despair. I encourage you to remain vigilant against internal dialogues of hopelessness. Let your prayers and praises rise whenever gloom tries to creep in. Engage your mind with uplifting words and promises. Surround yourself with those who encourage your faith rather than tear it down. My spirit is always ready to meet you in that place of fellowship, strengthening your convictions and enlightening your path. It is true that an adversary roams, seeking to plant seeds of unbelief. He aims to undermine your confidence and lure you away from my protective embrace. Yet you know my voice and your heart resonates with my truth. Whenever you feel torn or confused, return to my words and remember that I have given you a spirit of power, of love, and of wisdom. You are able to discern what is right and beneficial, and you possess the courage to resist temptations that would lead you astray. Stay alert, but do not be fearful. I am far greater than any force that opposes you. You may encounter envy or hostility from those who misunderstand your devotion to me. Their words may attempt to chip away at your resolve. But you, filled with faith, can respond, "My God is with me. He is my everlasting protector, my shelter, and my provider." You can stand tall, declaring that you belong to a kingdom unshakable by human schemes. You are a beacon of hope, shining my light into places overshadowed by darkness. Do not doubt your effectiveness. A single flame can dispel an entire room of gloom. In those times when you feel unsteady, speak affirmations of truth over yourself. Proclaim with conviction that I, the Lord, am your shepherd, and you lack nothing that is truly essential. I lead you beside peaceful streams, restoring your soul. I ensure that goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life so long as you abide in me. Let this promise fill you with excitement every morning. Look forward to new mercies that greet you with each sunrise. Step forth into every challenge, secure in the knowledge that I overshadow you with my protection. I will grant you success, even in front of those who doubt you. With me, what appears impossible is made possible. I am pouring out blessing upon your household in ways you will soon notice. Homes flourish when hearts turn to me. Provision flows where gratitude abounds, and I cultivate bonds of affection where forgiveness is practiced. Such blessings are priceless. They surpass any fleeting riches the world could ever offer. Embrace them, my dear child, with open arms. Do not let your heart tremble at the unkind voices of the world. I know how easy it can be to become discouraged when faced with criticism. But you must remember that I am your anchor. Stay rooted in my unchanging love, and the swirling currents of negativity will not sweep you away. Fill your mind with promises from my word, and let them shield your thoughts from despair. Recall every instance I have delivered you in the past. Use those memories as stepping stones toward new victories. Hope is alive because I am alive. My power is active, and my spirit is at work within you, even as you listen to these very words. Smile. Allow your face to reflect the joy I have placed within your heart. Even on difficult days, a smile can shift the atmosphere and spark faith in those around you. You radiate my grace when you choose joy in the midst of sorrow. Do not resist the joy I am offering. This is not a trivial happiness that vanishes when problems arise. It is a lasting joy grounded in the awareness that I have overcome all barriers on your behalf. That quiet assurance can steady you through every uncertain season. When many days and months pass, do not forget the transformation you have undergone. The breakthroughs you will experience are born out of the tears you shed. Your joys are rooted in trials that once threatened to break you. You have prayed in the midst of despair, and you have clung to hope even when darkness pressed close. I am turning that darkness to light and using every hardship to fortify your spirit. You will look back one day and see that every challenge prepared you for a blessing you never dreamed possible. I caution you to remain humble when you enter those seasons of triumph. Success can tempt some to believe they have no need for my guidance anymore, as though they achieved their blessings by their own strength. But I have been the one sustaining you, clearing paths, and giving you breath each morning. Let gratitude characterize your heart. Acknowledge that your achievements are intertwined with my grace. By doing so, you protect yourself from the pride that leads to downfall. Gratitude is the key to a life that thrives, because it consistently points you back to the source of all that is good. My beloved, be mindful that an adversary lurks, prowling like a fierce beast, seeking to devour the hope I have planted in you. This opponent desires to uproot your convictions and stifle your prayers. He wants you to doubt everything you have received from me. But I have sealed you with a spirit that resonates with my voice, and that voice reminds you, you are part of my flock. You know the sound of my guidance, and I know you by name. Listen intently, and I will confirm you are never abandoned. I will shield you from the cunning schemes that attempt to derail your destiny. Entrust your life to me. I do not forget the promises I have spoken over you. When the moment to deliver you arrives, I will remember your devotion, your tears, and your perseverance. They were never in vain. You will see my salvation in tangible ways, and your gratitude will pour forth like a song of victory. People around you will marvel at what I have done, and your testimony will inspire others to seek me. Do not waste energy trying to justify your faith to those who scoff. Let your life be an example that speaks louder than any argument. Keep your soul brimming with hope. Your confidence in my faithfulness will not be disregarded. Should envious voices appear again, attempting to discredit the good you have received, answer them with unshakable assurance. Proclaim that I stand beside you as a mighty protector. Declare that I shield you from every assault. Lift your eyes to me in prayer whenever you feel overwhelmed. I shall provide comfort, resources, and healing. I have unlimited ways to support you, my child, and I will never stop caring for you. You are secured by my love, which no person or circumstance can uproot. I want you to start each day by remembering you are precious to me. Read my words for insight and encouragement, and whisper your prayers with confidence that I am listening. In that sacred hour, my spirit will lead you to green pastures of comfort. When your soul feels parched, I will revive it with streams of peace. You will know that you do not stand alone, for I walk hand in hand with you through every valley. Even if the shadows of adversity loom, they will not engulf your hope, because my light is strong within you. I will bless you in the presence of those who doubt your worth. You will see me supply your needs in ways you never predicted. Harmony and provision will rest upon your household. You have my assurance that my love shall never diminish, nor will my protective hand withdraw from your life. Mercy will accompany you wherever you journey, and the imprint of my promises shall remain evident. Do not doubt me. Allow yourself to be embraced by my peace. I am at your side, especially at times when you feel like giving up. You are nearer to victory than you realize, and I will continue infusing you with courage. I'm clearing the roadblocks that once prevented your progress. I am shattering strongholds that threaten to keep you bound in fear or sadness. My power is tearing down every barrier, and in their place, I am constructing pathways of opportunity. Where you once felt trapped, I will make room for expansion. Where you once felt misunderstood, I will bring faithful companions who stand by you. Release your self-doubt, for I have endowed you with unique strengths. Embrace the reality that you are capable, because I am fueling your soul. I have equipped you with talents and gifts that align with your calling. Bring those gifts to me, so that together we can use them for good. The more you lay your abilities at my feet, the more I will multiply their impact. No challenge is too large if you believe in the power I have placed within you. Instead of being intimidated, be emboldened. My spirit ignites an inner flame that dispels timidity. Remember that I have surrounded you with a protective presence you may not see, but which is constantly active. Angelic forces stand guard over your life, thwarting the efforts of any force that seeks your downfall. Listen to me. You are loved, and you are cherished. You will never be abandoned. I rejoice in your successes, but I also stay close when you stumble. I do not criticize you with harshness when you fail. Instead, I gently call you to stand again, offering you my hand to steady you. If you have lost confidence, let my words restore it. You can face difficulties without fear, because I fill the gaps of your frailty with divine might. Raise your head, open your heart, and look forward with hope. You belong to me. When trials arise, resist the temptation to feel defeated. Think of how I carried you through past storms. The same power that rescued you then is available to rescue you now. All I ask is that you continue to believe. Allow my words of life to be the foundation beneath your feet. My truth stands firm when the ground under you seems to shake. My faithfulness remains strong when the future seems uncertain. I see the longings of your heart. I know you're yearning for stability, for healing, for breakthroughs in your relationships or finances. I am the ultimate supplier of all these needs. You are not facing the future unarmed. My word and my spirit equip you to conquer every obstacle. Cling to hope, my precious child. Even when your surroundings suggest that there is little reason to do so, remember who has the final say. Despair may attempt to smother your faith, but my spirit sparks revival in your soul. Speak hope over your circumstances. Let your mouth declare the promises I have spoken, telling your fears they must yield to the power of my name. Remind yourself daily that I have planned a good outcome for you, and that I stand with you in every trial. Know that I see beyond your outward appearance or the persona you present to others. I gaze into your heart, and my love for you remains steadfast, even when you struggle. There is no need to hide your tears from me. I want you to come boldly, sharing every ache and longing within you. When you are uncertain of the words, simply fall silent in my presence. I can interpret every sigh. Your cries touch my heart, and I respond with limitless mercy. Release your worries to me, for it is never my intention that you bear them alone. Your status as my child grants you access to my unwavering support. Rejoice that there is a new chapter unfolding. Lift up your hands to me and open your heart wider. I want you to step into this new season brimming with hope, certain that I am orchestrating wonders in your life. You may have endured many challenges, but each one shapes you for the blessings and responsibilities to come. You are being prepared for assignments that will bring abundant reward, not just in material gains, but in spiritual fulfillment that surpasses fleeting pleasures. This preparation is vital because your influence in the world matters to me. Your testimony will illuminate dark places, showing others the path of redemption. I am working incessantly on your behalf, aligning situations and circumstances to favor you. I have issued heavenly decrees that will manifest as breakthroughs in your earthly life. Nothing can interrupt my divine interventions, because when I speak, creation responds. Take heart in knowing that every promise I have spoken stands firm, anchored by my integrity. Though you wait, your waiting is not purposeless. It strengthens your character, draws you closer to me, and readies you for the blessings you will soon hold in your hands. My love never wavers, even on days when you feel distant from me or unsure of my presence. My devotion is not limited by your feelings. I remain here, calling out to you. In times when you might question whether you have strayed too far or made too many mistakes, remember that I pursue you relentlessly. My love does not hinge on your perfection. I look upon your sincerity, your humble heart that yearns to do better. I treasure honesty in your prayers more than elaborate speeches. Come as you are, with your pain, doubts, and hopes all laid before me. I have watched over you from the moment your life began, and even before that I knew you. I formed you with loving intention, molding qualities into you that reflect my image. These qualities may still be developing, but each is beautiful in my sight. You have endured trials that stretched you, but they have also refined your faith. You carry the marks of someone who has been shaped by difficulty, yet these marks highlight a resilience that inspires me. I strengthen you further, equipping you for each hurdle. You do not stand alone. My spirit dwells within you, illuminating your path, so that you never truly walk in darkness. Let this be the day you renew your vows of trust, handing over every burden and letting me infuse your spirit with fresh life. If your faith wavers, close your eyes and recall the ways I have carried you before. Let those memories rekindle your conviction. Your faith is there, even when it seems buried under worry. You keep pressing forward, which tells me you believe in my promises. And because you believe, every blessing I have promised will come to you in due season. Yes, you may have regrets. Yes, you might wish you could rewrite certain chapters of your life. But your story is still being authored by my hand, and I am not finished. Every regret can become a lesson that propels you toward greater wisdom. Every failure can open a door to deeper humility, which I consider a priceless treasure. You, dear one, are a hero of faith when you keep going despite difficulties. I see your perseverance, and I am proud of you. Let these words encourage you to stand up in boldness, to face challenges with the knowledge that my power is behind you. You are not destined to be crushed by obstacles. With my name on your lips, you have the authority to confront adversity and find victory. Expect the miraculous. You have petitioned me for healing, provision, and protection. My word carries the ability to restore, supply, and shield you from harm. I am never lacking, and I never run out of creative ways to bless you. But as you receive, I also call you to a spirit of generosity. Remember those who are still in the valley you once traversed. Offer help when you can, comfort when you see tears. In doing so, you become a channel of my kindness, and I expand your capacity for more blessing. This cycle of giving and receiving sets your heart ablaze with genuine joy. Those who carry bitterness eventually become ensnared by their own resentment. But you, my child, are invited to forgive. Release the burden of vengeance. Hand it over to me and pray for those who have wounded you. Their souls are lost in darkness, and they desperately need my redemption. While it is natural to be angry when treated unjustly, I urge you not to let that anger turn into hatred. Keep your heart pure, uncluttered by toxicity. That openness allows me to pour more grace into you, making you a vessel of mercy for all. Whether you have plenty or little, I invite you to rest in the assurance that I am your everlasting portion. Material things come and go, but my affection remains. I treasure your humility more than extravagant offerings, and I value your sincerity more than elaborate gestures. Understand that I do not need your performance. I want your heart. Come to me in honesty, even when your words are tangled in sorrow or confusion. I will unravel those knots and bring clarity where you see only chaos. Together we will walk toward a future brimming with hope. Trust me with your schedule each morning. Hand me the complexities of your routine, your responsibilities, and your aspirations. I will align your day so that you find surprising pockets of rest and joy. A life surrendered to me is a life well ordered. When distractions vie for your attention, remember my invitation to be still and receive my guidance. You do not need to chase what I have already prepared for you. Simply remain in my presence, and I will direct you to the right opportunities at the right time. See yourself through my eyes, brimming with promise. I look at you and behold a precious soul carved with purpose. You have strengths yet to be revealed, and I cannot wait for you to discover them. You are radiant when you walk in the confidence of being my child. You have believed many negative words, both from others and from your own doubts. Today, let those words scatter like leaves in the wind. Embrace the truth that you are strong, resilient, and deeply treasured. My heart aches when I see you belittle yourself. Rise above every lie that tries to diminish your worth. I will openly vindicate you, demonstrating before many that you are crowned with my favor. Every morning I watch you with delight. Your first words to me, even if just a whisper, fill me with warmth. I cherish those moments you set aside to draw close to me. Continue nurturing that habit of seeking me before the bustle of the day begins. Those are times of consecration, where I pour out a fresh measure of peace and direction. Yet I notice that as the hours pass, negative thoughts can creep in. Fears about the future overshadow the communion we shared. You start to wonder if you are doing enough, if you made the correct choices, or if your actions have disappointed me. Take a deep breath and remember, I have not moved away. I remain by your side, inviting you to trust my steadfastness. Watch your words. When you speak disparagingly about yourself, you undermine the faith you expressed in prayer. You sabotage your own spiritual growth when you declare defeat. Resist such declarations. Instead, speak of hope, restoration, and my faithful companionship. A single sentence can build or demolish. Choose words that build up your spirit, that align with the truths you know in your heart. I am not here to rebuke you harshly for mistakes. I am here to nurture you back to health and to firm ground. I want you to flourish, not to languish under condemnation. I know how you have battled negative voices, some external, some inside your own mind. You have felt those arrows pierce your sense of worth. But rest assured, I can remove those arrows and heal each wound. Let me reaffirm, you are precious to me. Your personality is a tapestry of unique attributes that I wove together with care. Others might attempt to tear you down, but they cannot undo what I have created. I see a tender heart, an open spirit, and a capacity for compassion that blesses those around you. please do not doubt your significance. I promise that as you continue to yield to my love, you will grow, and your future will reflect an abundance of joy. I see the longing in your heart. I see the dreams you hold so gently, and I also see the concerns you sometimes try to hide. You might look around and notice how many people are rushing through life, trying to secure their own versions of happiness. Yet here you are, seeking my guidance and my comfort. I am moved by your desire to know me, to trust me, and to walk according to what I have spoken. I want you to understand that my love is not distant. It is not an idea reserved for someone more worthy. It is for you, right now, in the midst of whatever circumstances surround you. I am here to reassure you that no matter how tumultuous life becomes, you will never be without the steadying hand of your eternal Father. When you feel pressure from every side, remember that I am not a passive observer. I am intimately involved in every aspect of your journey. My spirit gently whispers to you in moments of silence, urging you to cling to the hope I offer. You are not a random being in a vast universe. You are cherished, seen, and infinitely valued. If you ever doubt that, pause and recall the moments when relief or help came unexpectedly, or when clarity pierced through confusion, like a ray of sunlight. Those instances were not coincidences. They were expressions of my attentive concern for you. I want you to imagine a wide expanse of possibilities unfolding before you. When you were younger, you may have been certain about the direction of your life. You might have planned meticulously, expecting everything to follow a neat sequence. Yet, as the years pass, life sometimes takes unexpected twists. You might face doors that slam shut without warning, forcing you to consider different paths or re-examine your goals. In all these changes, I remain constant. My word does not waver with the shifting tides of culture or the fluctuations of circumstances. You can lean on me as your unshakable foundation, trusting that what I have spoken will outlast every storm. Many people around you carry invisible burdens. Even those who appear confident may harbor fears they never speak about. When you sense a nudge in your spirit to extend a compassionate gesture or an encouraging word, that is my spirit working within you, prompting you to be a light in someone else's darkness. It might feel risky to be so open-hearted. You may worry about being misunderstood or taken advantage of. But remember, you have me as your defender. I see the genuineness of your intentions, and I promise that acts of kindness done in love never go unnoticed by me. They plant seeds that eventually blossom, sometimes in ways you may not see immediately. I want you to remember your worth, especially on days when you feel overshadowed by others. You are not in competition with anyone else for my love or my attention. Do not let the world convince you that you must strive endlessly to prove your significance. In my eyes, you have always been significant. From the smallest details of your personality to the grandest of your aspirations, I cherish them all. When you align your heart with mine, you will discover that true satisfaction springs from living in harmony with your divine purpose, rather than from trying to measure up to worldly expectations. Let me speak to any hurt lingering in your heart. Pain can mold a person into feeling isolated, as though no one truly understands. Sometimes you might feel you have to be strong for others, and so you keep your inner aches concealed. I see every hidden tear, and I want you to know that you are not alone in your moments of vulnerability. Bringing your hurts to me does not make you weaker. It opens the door for healing. When you trust me with your deepest wounds, you allow my compassion to cradle you and renew your sense of hope. I never promised that life would be without difficulties, but I did promise to be your strength and shield. My presence can turn even the darkest nights into pathways of growth. Reflect on the times when you doubted yourself, yet pressed on and found success, or when you felt overlooked, yet eventually realized you were exactly where you needed to be. Those situations were glimpses of my hand steering you. I want you to approach the future with confidence, rooted in the knowledge that I am orchestrating things in your favor. Challenges that lie ahead are not meant to defeat you. They are opportunities for you to rely more deeply on me. When you feel uncertain, consult my words. Seek my wisdom in prayer. Rest quietly, listening for my guidance. You will be amazed at the clarity that emerges when you surrender your anxieties to me and wait for the calm presence of my spirit to guide you. You may observe that the more you trust me, the more some people question or misunderstand you. That is a natural consequence of living by faith. You are not called to convince everyone of the steps I instruct you to take. Live with integrity, love generously, and keep your heart aligned with my ways. In time, your life will produce fruit that testifies to the sincerity of your faith. If some individuals choose to doubt or criticize, remember that their voices do not override my truth. I am the one who defines your identity, and you are my beloved child. If you find yourself wrestling with guilt over past errors, I urge you to accept my forgiveness fully. Once I pardon you, I do not hold your mistakes against you. It brings me joy when you learn from those missteps and walk forward, wiser and more compassionate. Dwelling endlessly on what you did wrong only hinders you from stepping into the blessings I have prepared for you. Let me teach you how to release shame and wear a new garment of grace. Each day offers a fresh start, with my mercies made new in the morning. You do not have to be imprisoned by regrets. Hand them to me and receive the peace of knowing you are completely loved and accepted in my sight. Observe how nature follows rhythms without worry. Birds do not agonize over tomorrow's food, yet they are fed. Flowers do not strain to appear beautiful, yet they bloom in vibrant splendor. I have woven a harmony into creation that sustains even the smallest details. This same harmony extends to you. You are far more precious than the wild creatures and the plants. Trust that I can care for your needs with exquisite attention. Have faith that I am leading you into the right places at the right times. The provisions might not always appear as you imagine, but they will come. Keep your eyes open for unexpected blessings and maintain gratitude in your spirit. Gratitude is the key that opens you to receive more of what I long to share. In moments of solitude, pay attention to the gentle thoughts I send your way. Sometimes you dismiss them as mere ideas, not realizing they can be my responses to your prayers. I communicate in many ways, through scripture, through the encouragement of a friend, through a sense of peace that defies logic, and even through moments of quiet reflection where a sudden realization lights up your mind. Be patient with the process of discernment. As you grow in intimacy with me, it becomes easier to distinguish my voice from the clamor of everyday life. Trust that I am always speaking, always guiding, always ready to direct you. Do not underestimate the power of offering your day to me. When you arise in the morning, speak to me, even if you only have a few moments before the responsibilities of life descend upon you. Ask me to govern your actions, to fill your thoughts with wisdom, and to protect your emotions from discouragement. Such prayers, made with sincerity, establish a foundation of divine support. They invite my counsel into your decisions, your interactions, and your ambitions. Throughout the day, whenever you feel stress mounting, pause for a moment. Return to me in prayer and say, I need you. This simple act of surrender touches my heart, and I respond with reassurance. I also encourage you to surround yourself with those who cherish and foster your faith. Though you are called to love everyone, you are not obligated to embrace all influences. Be mindful of the company you keep, for the words and attitudes you hear repeatedly can shape your perspective. When you spend time with individuals who uphold your values and honor my name, you find companionship that strengthens you. You can, of course, show kindness to those who believe differently, but do not allow cynicism or bitterness to seep into your heart. Keep your spirit guarded by truth, so that you can maintain your distinct calling as a bearer of my light. You might be carrying a dream in your heart, that you have not shared with many people. Perhaps you worry that others will laugh or label it impossible. Let me remind you that nothing is beyond my power. When I place a dream within you, I equip you with the abilities or connections you will need to fulfill it. Sometimes the dream may undergo transformations along the way, but the essence of my plan remains steady. If you feel unsure about the timing or the steps to take, ask for my guidance. Then pay attention to open doors, to a sense of peace in your heart, to the wise counsel of those who love me, and to the consistent truths of my word. Proceed with courage, trusting that I go before you. Your family and loved ones hold a special place in my plan. They may not always act in ways that make sense to you. There might be conflicts that weigh heavily on your heart. You long for reconciliation or understanding, yet it feels like the distance only grows. Know that I see every dynamic and every hurt. Keep praying for harmony, and believe that I am capable of mending even the most fractured relationships. Place the ones you care for in my hands. Seek to walk in love without compromising your own well-being. Choose forgiveness, even if it must happen repeatedly. My spirit can soften hearts, open lines of communication, and bring healing where resentment once festered. I understand that sometimes you feel yourself standing at a crossroads, anxious about which direction to go. Do not allow indecision to paralyze you. Bring your options before me. Ask for clarity. Then wait for the peace that accompanies a choice aligned with my will. If you make a move and later sense unrest in your heart, do not be afraid to readjust your path. My grace covers your sincere efforts. Life is a journey of learning, and I never despise humble mistakes made in pursuit of righteousness. I will redeem missteps and guide you back onto a fruitful route. Be patient with yourself, for I am patient with you. Reflect on the wonderful capacity you have for love. At times you might feel it is safer to shield your heart from potential rejection or betrayal, but I remind you that love is the highest calling I have given you. Yes, it carries a risk of being wounded, but it also carries immeasurable rewards. Love has the power to transform, to restore broken souls, and to mirror my own compassion in a hurting world. When you commit to loving, you become an extension of my hands and my voice. Your tenderness can mend wounds that logic alone cannot fix. Do not fear vulnerability when I am the one who sustains you. Even if others do not reciprocate your kindness, I see the purity of your motives and bless you accordingly. I urge you to keep your heart free from the trap of pride. Success, recognition, or an abundance of resources can tempt you to forget the humble roots of gratitude. Should you find yourself elevated to places of influence or comfort, maintain a spirit of thankfulness. Remember all the times you called out to me, desperate for an answer, and I came through for you. Recall that everything good in your life is a gift from my hand. Such reflection preserves humility, reminding you that you are part of something bigger than yourself. Then use your blessings to uplift others rather than focusing on your own advantage. Let me speak gently to the fears you sometimes suppress. Anxiety about tomorrow, worry over finances, or uncertainty about your relationships can gnaw at your peace. I invite you to cast those concerns upon me, for I am fully able to handle them. I realize you may want immediate resolutions, but my timeline often looks different from yours. Trust that I see the end from the beginning. What appears to be a delay may serve a purpose that will become clear later. Do not let impatience erode your faith. Lean into my unchanging character, which is faithful and kind. Even when events unfold slowly, know that I am consistently moving in the background. Be aware of how you speak to yourself. The words you utter in the privacy of your own mind can either fortify or deplete your spirit. Speak blessings over your own life. Affirm my promises. Remind yourself daily that you are a beloved creation, designed with intention and capability. Confront negative inner voices by declaring the truths I have given you in my word. Stand in the mirror of grace, seeing yourself as I see you, redeemed, valued and equipped for greatness in my kingdom. Small reminders like this, repeated often, will gradually reshape the narrative in your heart, planting seeds of confidence and joy. I also want you to consider the power of rest. In a busy world that celebrates constant activity, it might feel counterintuitive to pause and be still. Yet rest is not a sign of laziness. It is a sacred discipline that replenishes your strength. Take moments to breathe deeply and quiet your mind. Reflect on my goodness, observe beauty in creation, and allow your spirit to regain composure. When you rest in my presence, you open yourself to renewed insight and energy, enabling you to tackle responsibilities with greater effectiveness. Rest is a way of demonstrating faith that my plans do not rely solely on your relentless striving, but on my providential guidance. There will be seasons in your life when you must press on with perseverance. Difficulties might mount, and the path ahead might seem narrow and steep. In those periods, do not let fatigue convince you that you are failing. Perseverance is the fruit of faith in action. It says, "I may not see the finish line yet, but I trust the one who leads me." Every step you take, no matter how small, carries significance in my eyes. Pressing on through adversity refines your character, strengthening the virtues of patience and endurance. Over time, you will look back and realize that what you considered an impossible climb was actually the means by which you gained resilience and deeper reliance on me. Pray for discernment. The world is filled with voices claiming to offer truth, but not all originate from my heart. You have a direct channel to me through prayer. When you ask sincerely for wisdom, I give it generously. Do not rely solely on your limited perspective or on the fleeting opinions of others. Engage with my word, test what you hear, and trust my spirit to guide you in choosing the right paths. Discernment will guard you from unnecessary pitfalls and help you recognize the best opportunities among the many that come your way. I want to assure you that I hold your entire story in my hands. The chapters that have passed do not define your whole destiny. The pages yet to be written can radiate with my grace, even if previous lines were stained with sorrow. I specialize in bringing beauty from ashes. If you have encountered brokenness, I can rebuild. If you have been weighed down by burdens, I can lift them. Approach the upcoming days with a hopeful heart. I will not waste your pain. I will transform it into growth and testimony. This transformation does not always occur overnight, so learn to appreciate the subtle changes that gradually emerge. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small, for each represents a step closer to the full flourishing of my design in your life. Consider the importance of honesty. When you speak truthfully and act with integrity, you reflect my nature. Lies, even small ones, can create barriers within your spirit, making it harder for you to experience the depth of my presence. Let sincerity mark your relationships. If you have erred, seek forgiveness. If you have been wronged, offer forgiveness. Truth liberates, while deceit entangles. I want you to walk uprightly, free from hidden agendas or unspoken resentments. A heart that is transparent before me and before others becomes a conduit for blessings that flow unhindered. Think about how many times you have made it through circumstances that once seemed impossible. Recall the nights you cried out in desperation, then felt a gentle wave of solace wash over your troubled mind. Those were not random outcomes. They were answers to your pleas. I am still the same. My love for you is not tied to your perfection. My care for you does not cease because you stumble or question. You can approach me with every emotion, from joy to confusion, from anger to relief. I can handle the fullness of your heart, and I want you to be honest with me. In that honesty, genuine relationship flourishes. When you face disappointment, resist the temptation to become disillusioned with me. Understand that my perspective encompasses a realm far beyond your current view. Sometimes I shield you from paths that seem appealing, but would lead to devastation. Other times, I allow you to walk through hardships that shape your compassion, humility, and reliance on my help. You might not immediately see why I permit certain seasons, but as you continue with me, glimpses of understanding emerge. Trust me, even in uncertainty, for I see the ultimate outcome, and I am weaving details together for a greater good. Do not be surprised if you sense a longing in your soul for deeper intimacy with me. You were created to connect with the divine, to know me in a profoundly personal way. That longing is my invitation for you to explore the richness of prayer, reflection, and fellowship. As you draw near, you will uncover aspects of my nature that fill your heart with awe. You will also discover facets of your own heart, its capacity for empathy, its hunger for meaning, its yearning to love and be loved. In my presence, you find the wholeness the world cannot give. At times you might feel inadequate when you compare yourself to others. You see what they accomplish and wonder if you are doing enough. Remember, I did not create you to replicate someone else's life. Your journey is uniquely designed, carrying assignments that only you can fulfill. Your talents, experiences, and personality all combine into a singular expression of my creativity. Honor that uniqueness by focusing on the path I've set before you. Celebrate others when they succeed, and remain humble when you succeed. But never lose sight of the particular mission I've entrusted to you. Consider the nature of my grace. It is not a scarce resource that must be rationed. You can never exhaust its supply. Even when you fall short or repeat old patterns, my grace remains available to help you stand again. My forgiveness is not a one-time event, but an enduring promise. Keep your heart willing to learn and grow, and I will pour out fresh mercy each day. Let that knowledge banish guilt or fear that tries to cling to your mind. My grace empowers you to live in freedom, unshackled by condemnation. Think about how everything around you has seasons. Flowers blossom, then fade. Leaves turn golden, then fall. In the same way, your life will pass through various phases. Each one has value, even the ones that seem dormant or challenging. Embrace where you are and ask me what lessons I want you to absorb in this particular season. There is no rush in my kingdom. I move in perfect timing, and when you align with that timing, you discover a peace that transcends the urgency of the world. Stay faithful in the present, trusting that your future is securely in my hands. When you sense a prompting to be generous, whether with your resources, your time, or your abilities, do not hesitate. I, who provide for you, will not leave you destitute if you give cheerfully to help someone in need. Generosity is a reflection of my heart. It multiplies blessings, both tangibly and spiritually. You become a channel through which I can reach those who suffer or feel abandoned. In giving, you align yourself with my character, and I ensure that you also receive what you require. Watch how generosity opens your eyes to the broader community of my children, reminding you that you are part of something larger than yourself. If you ever wonder whether I am listening to your prayers, let me assure you I am. I am aware of every plea, every cry, every silent tear. I respond in ways that might not always align with your initial expectations, but I respond with divine purpose. Pay attention to even the smallest shifts in your life after you lay your requests before me. You might notice a change of heart, a door opening, a connection made. Sometimes the answer comes disguised as an unexpected opportunity, or as a moment of peace that sustains you through the waiting. No prayer offered sincerely is ignored. Continue to seek, to ask, to knock. My timing is impeccable, and my answers are rooted in love. Be mindful that resentment and bitterness are like thorns that choke the growth of blessings in your life. If you have been wounded, if injustice has scarred your soul, bring that pain to me. Harboring resentment keeps you tied to the incident, preventing you from moving freely into the future I have in store. My spirit can empower you to forgive. Forgiveness does not trivialize the hurt nor absolve the offender of accountability. Rather, it frees you from the chains of resentment. Forgiveness is the door to healing. It creates space for compassion, for understanding, and ultimately, for my justice to unfold in its due course. In your search for direction, do not forget to maintain an open heart toward the gifts I have placed within you. Perhaps you have a knack for comforting others, a skill for problem solving, a talent for creating art, or a voice that encourages the weary. These are not coincidences. I gave them to you so you could serve, uplift, and bring forth goodness. Nurture those abilities and use them in ways that honor my name. As you do, you will sense an inner fulfillment that confirms you are walking in your calling. That confirmation arises not from external applause, but from the deep resonance of alignment with my intentions for you. You may wonder why you sometimes feel a gap between the promises you read in my word and the reality you see in the world around you. Remember that I have given humanity the gift of free will. Many choose paths that contradict what I desire, leading to suffering, inequality, and turmoil. Yet my grace remains active, working through those who choose to surrender to my love. You can be an agent of peace, healing, and redemption in a troubled landscape. While you cannot single-handedly fix everything, you can make a difference in your sphere of influence. If you remain faithful in small acts of kindness, they can ripple outward, influencing countless lives. Do not be intimidated by spiritual battles. You have an enemy who seeks to undermine your faith, but you also have me standing guard, providing spiritual armor. Truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and my word are your defenses. When you feel under attack by discouragement or temptation, recall the promises in my word and hold fast to them. Speak them aloud. Remind yourself that you belong to me, that you have been bought with a high price, and that no power can ultimately snatch you from my hand. Resist negative influences and destructive thoughts. My spirit equips you with courage to stand firm, to pray boldly, and to believe in the victory I have already secured for you. Pause occasionally to celebrate how far you have come. Sometimes you are so focused on where you need to be that you miss how much you have already grown. Every lesson learned, every breakthrough experienced, every step of faith taken. These are milestones along the road of spiritual maturity. Celebrate them. Give thanks. Reflect on the transformations that have occurred within you. This reflection fuels hope for the transformations yet to come, reminding you that I am continually at work, shaping your character and refining your perspective. If you feel lost at times, uncertain of your purpose, approach me with a willing heart. Ask, and I will lead you. I never run out of ways to use a devoted servant. Whether you serve through acts of compassion in your community or through patient listening to a friend in crisis, you are fulfilling divine assignments. Each life you touch, each conversation infused with grace, each moment you extend genuine kindness carries significance that echoes beyond what you see. Never belittle the seemingly small acts of service. In my kingdom, small seeds of kindness can blossom into miraculous harvests of healing and hope. I see that you sometimes wish for immediate results. I hear the question in your mind, when will I see the fulfillment? My dear child, if I gave you all answers instantly, you would miss the chance to grow deeper roots of faith. Waiting seasons can feel uncomfortable, but they also become the fertile ground where you develop perseverance, humility, and reliance on my sustaining power. As you wait, keep your focus on the good that can be done today. Love those around you. Attend to the responsibilities I have already placed in your hands. In doing so, you prove faithful, and I entrust you with greater tasks when the time is right. It touches my heart when you worship me in spirit and truth. True worship is not confined to a location or a specific ritual. It arises from gratitude, from awe, from the depths of your soul, recognizing my holiness and my mercy. When you lift your voice in praise, Whether alone in your room or gathered with others, you invite the atmosphere of heaven to invade your space. Worship transforms your perspective. It takes your eyes off your limitations and fixes them on my limitless power. It refreshes your spirit, breaks chains of discouragement, and aligns your heart with divine reality. I encourage you to look for the ways in which I communicate love daily. A gentle breeze that cools you on a hot afternoon, a reassuring phone call from a friend, a solution to a problem that seemed intractable. These can all be expressions of my loving care. Often, you might write them off as coincidences, but remember that I delight in weaving small blessings into your life. The more you become aware of them, the more your heart will fill with gratitude. Let such gratitude spill over into how you treat others, how you handle setbacks, and how you approach each new challenge. You might notice battles within your own mind. Thoughts of insecurity, envy, or anger can creep in unannounced. Do not shame yourself for experiencing them. Instead, bring them into the light by acknowledging them before me. Ask for help to replace harmful thoughts with life-giving truths. Over time, you will find these negative cycles weakening, unable to stand against the steady discipline of prayer and reflection in my word. That transformation may be gradual, but it is real and lasting. Be patient with yourself, just as I am patient with you. Look closely at the relationships I have placed in your life. Some are meant to challenge you, teaching you patience or empathy. Others are there to lift you up, offering friendship and support in times of need. Treasure these connections. Treat people with the kindness I continually show you. Sometimes a simple word of appreciation can rekindle hope in someone's heart. Listen carefully to those who confide in you. Their stories matter, and your compassion can be a reflection of my empathy. In this way, your life becomes a testimony of my love in action. I see you exploring questions of justice and fairness. You notice inequities in the world and feel compelled to do something. That stirring is good. I am a God who cares deeply about justice, especially for the vulnerable and the marginalized. Allow my spirit to guide you in discernment, to know how best to use your resources and your voice for positive change. Small acts, like advocating for someone who cannot speak for themselves or donating to support a worthy cause, can ripple powerfully. Keep your passion for righteousness anchored in love, avoiding the pitfalls of hatred or vengeance. True justice restores and redeems rather than merely punishing wrongdoing. When confusion clouds your mind, seek clarity through prayerful study. My word provides guidance that transcends cultural fads or personal biases. Though it was written in times and contexts different from yours, its core truths remain enduring. Let those truths shape your worldview. If certain passages puzzle you, do not shy away. Bring your questions to me, discuss them with wise mentors, and trust that as you persist, layers of understanding will reveal themselves. The journey of discovery can be deeply rewarding, strengthening both your intellect and your spirit. Let me remind you that you are never disqualified from my kingdom due to your limitations or lack of qualifications by worldly standards. Throughout history, I have chosen people who seemed unremarkable or underqualified to accomplish incredible feats. What matters is the posture of your heart. If you remain humble, teachable, and devoted to me, I can manifest my power through you in ways that surpass human logic. Embrace your uniqueness. Rejoice in your personal experiences and traits, even those you once considered flaws. In my hands, they can be transformed into instruments of grace. Beware of coveting what others have. Envy can creep in when you see someone else thriving in an area you desire. Instead of begrudging them, celebrate their blessings and ask me to guide you toward your own path of flourishing. Comparison blinds you to your gifts, while gratitude opens your eyes to my abundant provision for you. Keep your attention on the assignments and joys I have personally tailored for you. In that focus, you discover contentment, And contentment brings a deep peace that the world struggles to replicate. As you progress in understanding and faith, your heart will likely grow in compassion for those who suffer. That compassion is a treasure. Do not stifle it. Let it move you to pray, to volunteer, to serve in whatever capacity you can. You have more influence than you believe. Even a kind conversation can restore hope to a weary soul. Each act of compassion reflects my heart, reminding people that they are not abandoned. I see every good deed you perform in private, every sacrifice you make without recognition. I honor them, and in time, your investment of love will yield fruit that blesses both you and others. If you carry regrets for not speaking up when you felt prompted, or for failing to seize opportunities that passed, leave those regrets in my hands. Learn from them, yes, but do not let them weigh you down. My grace covers what is behind you, and my power goes ahead of you, opening fresh doors. Resolve to be attentive to my voice now. Let your present and your future be shaped by a heightened awareness, a deeper commitment to bold obedience. I delight in seeing you grow bold in love, unafraid to shine as my representative in a world that urgently needs compassion and truth. Guard your emotional well-being. Emotions are a gift, but they can fluctuate greatly. When you feel sadness or despair, remember that such feelings do not define reality. They point to areas needing consolation, healing, or growth. Bring them to me in prayer. Seek healthy outlets. Speak to a trusted friend or mentor if the burden becomes too heavy. Do not bear sorrow in isolation, for community and prayer can be powerful instruments of relief. Let your heart breathe in the knowledge that I am close to the brokenhearted, always ready to comfort and uplift. When you encounter moments of joy, relish them deeply. Joy is not frivolous. It is a reflection of your soul connecting with the goodness I have placed in creation. Laugh freely. Celebrate small victories. Gather with loved ones. Share stories of how you have seen my hand at work. These joyful experiences act as catalysts, reinforcing faith and fortifying you against future challenges. They remind you that life, despite its trials, is a sacred gift filled with moments of wonder and delight. Remember that your words possess tremendous power. Spoken words can heal or harm. They can encourage or belittle. They can sow unity or discord. Seek my help in taming your tongue so that your speech is consistently gracious. When you catch yourself speaking harshly, pause and reflect on what truly matters. Are those words building relationships or burning bridges? You can be a voice of reconciliation in a fractious world. Speak truth with compassion, correct with gentleness, and express gratitude regularly. Words of blessing have the potential to transform hearts, starting with your own. When you feel prompted to create something, whether art, music, writing, or another expression, know that creativity reflects my nature. I am the author of all beauty, the source of all inspiration. Engaging in creative endeavors can be an act of devotion, a way to mirror my creativity on a smaller scale. Do not worry about external validation. Simply allow the creative process to draw you closer to me. Through creativity, you can process emotions, communicate powerful messages, and experience deeper forms of prayer and worship. Always be willing to self-reflect. Ask me to search your heart and reveal areas that may need correction or growth. This is not a call to harsh self-criticism, but rather an invitation to healthy introspection, guided by my spirit. A willingness to confront your own weaknesses, while acknowledging my grace, leads to genuine transformation. I correct you out of love, to help you become more aligned with the purpose for which you were designed. An open, teachable heart can soar to new heights of maturity and effectiveness in my kingdom. Pay attention to the marginalized and overlooked. In comforting them, you embody my love. Offer a listening ear, a meal, a gesture of respect to those who feel invisible. Such acts are powerful demonstrations of divine care. You might never see immediate results, but seeds of love sown faithfully can yield unseen miracles. Each person you bless is my child as well, a recipient of my grace, and your kindness can confirm to them that I have not forgotten them. Embrace a spirit of gratitude for the simple things. A warm meal, a safe place to rest, a friend's laughter, or the gentle glow of a sunset. These small joys can refresh your soul. By acknowledging them, you train your mind to look for blessings rather than fixate on problems. This shift in perspective does not deny life's hardships, but it prevents them from overshadowing every good gift I have placed before you. Gratitude keeps your heart open to my provision and invites more reasons to be thankful. Never doubt that you can approach me at any time. You do not need perfect words or a special formula. You can come in tears, in frustration, or in quiet reflection. My arms are open. I am your refuge when storms rage around you. Even if you have strayed, my heart longs for your return. I do not shame you for your detours. Instead, I offer forgiveness, guidance, and an opportunity to begin anew. The path back is often just one prayer away, one honest conversation with me where you lay down your pride and let my love wash over you. If you wrestle with unanswered questions about the mysteries of life, take comfort in my infinite nature. Not all answers are revealed at once, but that does not mean I am absent. Faith involves trusting beyond what your eyes can perceive. Embrace the wonder. Let the unknown lead you to deeper reverence rather than despair. Over time, certain mysteries may become clearer. Others will remain until you see me face to face. In either case, the relationship we share is more precious than complete intellectual understanding. Keep sight of the bigger picture. Your life has eternal significance. The material world tempts you to focus on fleeting pursuits, wealth, status, fleeting pleasures. While I am not against you enjoying life's blessings, I urge you to keep your heart anchored in what truly lasts. Seek character over comfort, integrity over convenience, love over selfish desire. The legacy you build through acts of faith and service will endure far longer than any earthly accolade. Live with eternity in mind, investing in people, spreading compassion, and reflecting my character in everything you do. Rejoice in the progress you make, whether great or small. Sometimes you will overcome difficulties rapidly, other times incrementally. Each step forward, each temptation resisted, each encouraging word spoken. These are victories in a world prone to negativity. Do not be discouraged if the pace of change seems slow. Spiritual growth is often gradual, like a seed nurtured into a thriving plant. Faith, patience, and perseverance combine to yield an abundant harvest in due time. Thank me for each incremental achievement, and let gratitude motivate you to continue onward. If you feel alone, remember that many around you are experiencing similar struggles, but are too afraid to express them. By sharing your story, your lessons, and the ways I have helped you, you can break down walls of isolation. Vulnerability fosters authentic connection, allowing others to see that they are not the only ones fighting silent battles. In this way, your scars become testimonies of healing. Your setbacks become platforms for hope. Do not be ashamed of your story. I have redeemed it. It can inspire someone else to believe that they too can overcome. Stay alert for opportunities to pray for others. Sometimes all a person needs is to know that someone is interceding on their behalf. Pray not only for your needs, but also for the burdens and dreams of those around you. As you lift others in prayer, your empathy grows, and you reflect the heart of a God who is compassionate toward all. Prayer is a powerful act of love, bridging distances and connecting hearts in ways far beyond your immediate perception. Through it, you participate in my redemptive work on earth. Should you ever feel trapped by unhealthy habits or cycles of sin, please do not allow shame to silence you. Come to me. Confess your weakness, and let my grace break those chains. I offer you the strength and strategies necessary for lasting freedom. This might involve setting healthy boundaries, seeking accountability, or immersing yourself in supportive community. I do not expect you to conquer every struggle in isolation. My spirit, combined with the fellowship of believers, can support you in the journey toward wholeness. The process may require time and perseverance, but I promise to remain with you every step. Ponder the importance of honoring commitments. Whether it's marriage vows, promises made to friends, or responsibilities in your workplace, be true to your word. Reliability is a reflection of your character and my faithfulness. In a culture where promises are often broken, a faithful person shines brightly. Though temptations may arise to take shortcuts or abandon what you once vowed, stand firm. Trust me to bless your loyalty, even when it seems overlooked or unappreciated by others. I see every sacrifice you make to remain consistent. Rest in the knowledge that your future is secure in my hands. Instead of fretting about every possibility, focus on living each day with purpose. I provide enough grace for today, and when tomorrow arrives, I provide grace for that day as well. Worry does not add value. It only drains the energy you need for meaningful action. Cast your cares on me, remembering that I care deeply for you. My watchful eye is on your journey, ensuring that whatever the future holds, you will never walk it alone. Look inward for the passions that stir your heart. Those genuine interests might serve as guiding lights. Perhaps you feel drawn to lead a small group, mentor a teenager, start a charity, or explore a particular creative field. When these inclinations align with my principles of love and goodness, follow them boldly. They are often indicators of where I am calling you to serve or excel. By investing your time and energy in what stirs your spirit, you experience fulfillment and become more effective in blessing others. Know that I am delighted when my children pursue their passions with faith and humility. Finally, beloved child, let this be a constant assurance. I am with you, now and forever. Not a fleeting presence that appears only in crises, but an eternal companion. My spirit resides within you, guiding your conscience, comforting your heart, and reminding you of truth. Whenever you feel unsure, whisper my name and remember how dearly you are loved. I hold you through the roughest storms, and I rejoice with you in your celebrations. You need no mediator other than the love I have freely given. A love powerful enough to conquer despair, strong enough to transform hearts, and faithful enough to remain through every season of life. So breathe in hope, breathe out fear. Rest in my promises. Live each day with an open heart, ready to receive and to give. Believe in my capacity to shape your circumstances into something beautiful, even when the landscape appears barren. My word endures beyond any earthly empire. My compassion reaches deeper than any wound, and my presence extends further than any horizon. You are my cherished one, and I will never stop guiding you. You are held securely in the arms of the one who reigns over all. Embrace this truth, let it anchor your soul, and move forward in confidence, for you are loved beyond measure. Amen.